Let's get on with the Canadians. Back-to-back game. They played against the Philadelphia Flyers on Friday, February 24th. And man, the Canadians just came out flying. We saw literally a game where it was men versus boys. That's literally what we saw. Goals from David Savard, Jesse Lonen, Chris Tierney, um, Nick Suzuki on the power play, and even Josh Anderson. It was just Josh Anderson said it in his post game interview. He goes, "It's probably our best game of the season in terms of the most complete game they've played. Everybody was in the play. Everybody was participating in the offensive zone. Uh, my God, how many times did Montreal control that puck in Philly's zone like for 2-3 minutes straight, where the crowd was literally booing them? Like Philadelphia, they call the city of brotherly love for a reason, man. I don't. Sometimes there's some nights there it must not be easy, especially the way the team's going now. They losing Travis Konechny, if I'm pronouncing his name. Travis Konechny, it doesn't help. Cam Atkinson too, he's out. But man, let's be honest here. The Canadians, they have their injury problems too, but they look like the Colorado Avalanche in the fucking Stanley Cup playoffs compared to the Philadelphia Flyers. I did not expect that at all. I didn't expect that from a John Tortorella team, at least. Owen Tippett, within not even a minute in the third period, snipes one on Jake Allen. Okay. They're giving it some effort now. At the beginning of the third period, you wonder if John Tortorella smacked the shit out of every single one of his players during the second intermission. But that was just too good to be true in a sense. Just the Canadians they just that night they just got effort from everybody. Even their fourth liners, like that Michael Pezzetta assist to Chris Tierney. Chris Tierney, who was picked up off waivers, played his first game in Montreal, scores his first goal as a Hab off a Michael Pezzetta forecheck deep in the offensive zone, beats the guy, dives to pass the puck into an open Chris Tierney in the slot, and he buries it. Josh Anderson had the same goal, except it was Raphael Harvey-Pinard just rushed in the exact same spot on Carter Hart's left side. Just beats the defenseman, gets the puck, finds a wide open Josh Anderson in the slot, scores a nice goal. They played a perfect game. Jake Allen was solid when he had to be. Made the key saves. They were only within now. I believe in the standings, they're only within 2 points of Philly. They came to play. The boys came to play. Saturday night, the boys faced the Ottawa Senators at the Bell Center. Result wasn't as good or wasn't as great as their previous night. Both Montreal and Ottawa coming off a back-to-back game. I think Ottawa got shut out by the Carolina Hurricanes the previous night. Both flew into Montreal, and there's been talk that the Ottawa Senators GM is trying to pump up his team and his fan base, saying they're actually fighting for that final wild card spot in the East, and probably giving the young guys something to believe in. Can't blame him. Can't blame the GM. He's trying to attract fans too to the arena. But Saturday's night game, the Ottawa Senators, was an important game. They had to win. And when they did, the first period was, I don't know, it was pretty boring. I thought at one point I was going to fall asleep. Not much was going on. Ottawa grabbed the lead late in the first period. Again, I got worried that this was going to be the pace of the game, in a sense that it was just going to be that kind of boring, almost trap like game. Second period comes along. Michael Pezzetta lays out a beautiful hit in my books, drops the gloves against Austin Watson, and just brought energy to the building, brought energy to the team. What a goal by Mike Matheson, though. What a goal by Mike Matheson. I wonder how many points or goals he'd have if he wasn't injured from the very beginning. A few times he probably got somewhat criticized when he finally came back from his injury. He didn't look too confident with the puck. At times they put him on the power play right away. He was struggling. We kept saying he's not that quarterback defenseman on the power play. I still kind of leaning that way, but lately, the month of February, like he's probably 100% healthy because his skating has been outstanding. Mike Matheson's skating lately, at least he's been amazing. He looked like Bobby Orr rushing down the right side. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful goal. Like, we got to give him that. Then the Canadians go on the penalty kill. Awesome penalty kill. Ottawa, I think, had 0 shots on that power play in the second period. Kovacevic spots Nick Suzuki all alone, goes in, beautiful deke. Nick Suzuki gets his 20th of the season as well. And, that, like, thought ourselves, okay, look, the Canadians keep playing this way. They got themselves a game here. But again, just sloppy defensive coverage towards the late second period, towards the end of the second period. Ottawa's tied it up. I'm not even going to get into the third period. The third period was just a bit of a mess. Lucky bounce goal. Montembeault wasn't really his best game. Like, he's been holding the fort all season. I have nothing negative to say about Sammy Montembeault. He's been excellent all season. He's surpassed my expectations. Any fucking bad word I said about Montembeault last season, like, I take it all back. I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I really am. I apologize. I don't mind apologizing for this. But no, look, I mean, it's not every game where he's gonna play amazing. I mean, everybody has an off night. I think Samuel Montembeault had a bit of an off night. He wasn't really challenged much within the first period. I don't think he got that much shots. So maybe he he felt a little rusty. I don't know. It wasn't his best game, but I'm not gonna put the blame on Samuel Montembeault for the loss against the Ottawa Senators. I'm just not. There's been poor defensive coverage on some of the goals. Like the second goal to tie it up. Mike Hoffman, man. Oh, he tonight defensively was not good. There's 2 goals where he was just out of position in terms of defensive coverage, and it just resulted in a goal. And I hate to shit on the guy. I really do. I don't like blaming a loss on one player, but 2 goals where he was defensively irresponsible it's tough, man. Because if that goal doesn't happen at the end of the second period, if Ottawa does not tie up the game at the end of the second period, we have a whole different game. Look, that's the beauty about sports. I get that. I understand that. But, Marty's all about being accountable. We say this many times, and we're going to continue to say this until he's no longer coaching this team. That's the kind of coach he is. He's going to hold his players accountable for the mistakes they make. Mike Hoffman tonight, I think, is one of them.